They're the most destructive wildfires ever seen in Los Angeles, and that has insurance companies braced for a big hit. JP Morgan on Thursday estimated losses to the sector could hit $20 billion. That's double its estimate from just a day before. Ratings agency Moody's also puts the probable losses in the billions of dollars. It says the number is inflated by the way the fires hit neighborhoods like Pacific Palisades and Malibu, which are full of high-value homes. But experts say many properties may not be covered by fire insurance. Homeowners have found it increasingly hard to buy cover in disaster-prone states, with many insurers pulling out of the market. In California, regulators had until recently capped prices for insurance. That limited annual increases, but led many providers to flee the state, saying they couldn't make a profit there. Now the wildfire disaster is set to make the problem worse, with premiums likely to soar, and more companies refusing to provide cover at all. One expert said it would be hard to offer affordable policies in hard-hit areas like Pacific Palisades, which would remain at high risk of future fires. History shows what can happen. In hurricane-prone areas like Louisiana and Florida, insurance premiums more than doubled following big storms in recent years. On Thursday, Germany's Munich Re, the world's largest reinsurer, said insurers saw losses from natural disasters hit $140 billion in 2024, one of the highest numbers on record. It said climate change was among the factors, with higher temperatures driving more extreme weather events. 2025 is already off to a terrible start.
Protesters in Panama burned an effigy of US President-elect Donald Trump on Thursday, during a march marking the bloody past of the Panama Canal. Trump has said he wants to take back control of the canal, and this week refused to rule out use of military or economic pressure to do it. Panamanians rejected Trump's comments.
Panama has to be sovereign. That was what was said in the treaty, and the canal belongs to the Panamanians. And nobody should come here to interrupt the peace we have in our canal.
Thursday saw hundreds march to mark Martyrs' Day, the anniversary of a deadly uprising in 1964 against American control of the canal. At that time, more than 20 Panamanians and 3 US soldiers died in violent clashes, after mass demonstrations against the US presence there and control of the canal. Martyrs' Day is regarded as what paved the way for the eventual transfer of the canal to Panama in 1999. On Thursday, Panama's president, José Raúl Mulino, laid a wreath to remember those who died. He has strongly rejected Trump's threats.
We have a Panamanian canal, complete national sovereignty, which will be maintained, and we will have to fight for it to continue maintaining the canal and our full sovereignty. Nothing and no one can try to diminish this political reality of Panama today in front of the world. Panama is 100% sovereign in its territory, and the canal is and will continue to be Panamanian.
The canal is a key global waterway because it connects the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. The US built and owned the canal before its handover to Panama in 1999. President-elect Trump has criticized the cost of moving goods through the canal and has seemed to warn of Chinese influence in the area.
Look, the Panama Canal is vital to our country.
Hong Kong-based CK Hutchison Holdings has long managed 2 ports located on either end of the canal. Panama has strongly rebuked Trump's assertions, and its president said China had no influence on the canal's administration.
Fashion house Versace could soon have a new owner. Italian media reports say rival Prada could buy the brand from current owner Capri Holdings. Other fashion groups and private equity outfits may reportedly be interested, but the report says no value has yet been put on Versace, and there was no comment on the news from Prada. Capri also owns brands including Michael Kors. Last week, Women's Wear Daily reported that the US conglomerate was looking to sell off labels including shoemaker Jimmy Choo as well as Versace. That comes after Capri posted a bigger-than-expected drop in quarterly revenue in November. It was hurt by missteps across several brands, as well as a global slowdown in demand for luxury goods. The new reports say Capri has retained Barclays to help it find buyers, with Citi acting as advisor to Prada.
U.S. President-elect Donald Trump was spared jail time or any other punishment for his criminal conviction in the New York hush money case. That was the ruling on Friday from Justice Juan Merchan, who granted Trump an unconditional discharge, which places a judgment of guilt on his permanent record without any other legal penalty.
After careful analysis, in obedience to governing mandates, and pursuant to the rule of law, this court has determined that the only lawful sentence that permits entry of a judgment of conviction without encroaching upon the highest office in the land is an unconditional discharge, which the New York State Legislature has determined is a lawful and permissible sentence for the crime of falsifying business records in the first degree.
Trump pleaded not guilty and has vowed to appeal the verdict after a jury convicted him of illegally hiding payments to adult film actor Stormy Daniels to buy her silence about what she says was a sexual encounter with Trump, who denies it. He appeared with his lawyer on TV screens in the courtroom and spoke before the sentencing.
It's been a political witch hunt. It was done to damage my reputation so that I'd lose the election, and obviously that didn't work. And the people of our country got to see this firsthand because they watched the case in your courtroom.
The ruling, which comes just before Trump's January 20th inauguration, marks the culmination of the first ever criminal case brought against a U.S. president, past or present. Trump fought tooth and nail to avoid the spectacle of being compelled to appear before a state-level judge, so close to when he is due to be sworn into office. The U.S. Supreme Court on Thursday rejected a last-minute bid by Trump to halt the criminal sentencing. Two conservative justices, John Roberts and Amy Coney Barrett, joined the court's three liberal members in a 5-4 decision to deny Trump's request.